Hi, I'm Adam Mertz, the online sports director at madison.com. Here today with Ryan Richards, course director for the Madison Marathon. Here to preview the May 29th race. We are at the start line. Ryan, tell me a little bit about this course.
Thanks, Adam. Well, here we are at the beautiful Capitol Square grounds. Obviously, the start is here. The finish is here this year. This is our second year that we've been able to do this. One thing unique this year is all three of our races will use the same start line. Years past, we've had to separate them to get the distance correct. This year, we were fortunate enough that it all measured out the same. So I guess we could take a drive and see the courses.
Sounds good. Come along with us.
Here we've left the start line. This is probably one of the longest downhill stretches of the course as we head towards the Arboretum. This is where runners will spread themselves out, get into their pace, and get started racing, so to speak, as we head towards mile 2, which is just at the entrance of the Arboretum. Here we are at the UW-Madison Arboretum, probably one of the more well-known running spots in Madison. We're happy to be able to use it as part of the Madison Marathon course. Everybody who does run through there knows that it's part of probably one of the more well-known 10K loops in Madison using Lake Wingra and through the huge trees of this preserve. We've made our way out of the Arboretum. Now we're into a residential section. This is where most of the neighbors are out cheering on the runners as they go through the marathon course. Heading up Monroe Street, you'll see Edgewood College, some of the older homes in the Madison area. This is a sneaky uphill that tends to get people, and they're not necessarily ready for it. Here we are at Camp Randall Stadium on the University of Wisconsin campus. Although it'll probably be a little bit more quiet than it would be on a football game Saturday, this area is typically full of students who are cheering on the runners as they pass through on the marathon course. This is where we'll make our entrance onto the University of Wisconsin campus, go through some construction, but then up famous Observatory Drive. Don't worry, you don't have to go all the way up the hill. You will turn before that. As you can see, the dorms, some of the other buildings on the campus. Now as we're heading down University and Gorham, you'll see that the cars are going in the other direction. Obviously on race day, you will be running against traffic, but you will have your own designated lane, and vehicles will not be impeding your processes or your progress as we go forward. We're in the village of Maple Bluff and at another one of the iconic landmarks of Madison here on the shores of Lake Mendota. We're in front of the governor's residence. It's one of the most beautiful residences for people to pass in this area. People every year like going past it, seeing the gardens. It's a focal point along the course that people can look forward to. Now we are leaving the village of Maple Bluff, heading back into the city of Madison. We'll be heading south down Sherman Avenue towards Tenney Park and on Thornton Bike Path. As we cross over East Wash and Johnson Street, we'll head on to Spate, head south again towards downtown. We will enter onto the bike path along Williamson Street, and head towards the Monona Terrace. On this section, you are staying on the bike path, which is on the left of the screen, not on John Nolan Drive, as you see here. We'll enter into the South Shore neighborhood as we make our way towards Brittingham Park in West Washington. Here we are at Brittingham Park, which is one of the last water features that the runners will pass on the course. We'll be coming through a residential area before they get onto West Washington and the home stretch up to the Capitol Square. Runners just past mile 25. The Capitol is in sight, which is obviously where the finish line is, mile 26.2.
Thanks for joining us today on our drive of the Madison Marathon course. Ryan, where do people go if they need more information about the race?
madisonmarathon.com is the best place to go for your results, for your photos after you've finished. And at the finish line here, we're on the other side of the square. Everybody can enjoy their day now that they've completed the race.
Come back May 29th for the real thing.